I'm 95% sure you guys have heard of this premium, and if you haven't, I'm going to have to teach you about it because this is one of the coolest premiums in the entire game for the US. Before we dive into this video, I need you guys to hit that like button and subscribe. Only 9% of you guys are currently subscribed, and I know for a fact we can get that way higher. So the AV-8B is a pretty cool aircraft. Prior to this major update, it had access to the AGM-65G, the AGM-65E, the GBU-12, several other GBU variants, JDAMs, Zunis, all the normal things as a premium strike platform, and it was enjoyable. I love it. I've had so much fun with the aircraft, doing so many different things. Even in Araby with the AIM-9Ls, it was enjoyable, and then it was certainly enjoyable in the air-to-ground role. Now, the aircraft has received some upgrades, and now it's even more potent and way more enjoyable. Now, the first munition I want to go over that was added to the Harrier is the JSOW, or Joint Standoff Weapon. This is essentially a long-range glide bomb. It also kind of acts like a cruise missile, minus the actual missile portion of it. It is basically an extended glide bomb. You guys have probably used it if you've played the US Tech Tree and played things like the F-16 Pobit, as that is the aircraft the weapon debuted on. It's going to be on a lot of other US fighters now, but it is getting added to the AV-8B. This is a munition that if you like the JDAM or you like the GPS-guided weapons, you're gonna like the JSOW. And personally for me, I don't really use it as much. I never really played the Pobit, and I don't really think I'm going to carry it over other munitions on the Harrier, but if you guys do like it, it's a phenomenal addition. It's definitely usable. It's not my cup of tea, doesn't mean it's not yours. Now, second munition I want to talk about is the AGM-122 sidearm. Now, this is where it gets super interesting and super good. The sidearm is an anti-radiation missile. It's an anti-radiation missile the United States Marine Corps developed to put onto the Harrier and to put onto the AH-1 Cobra as a weapon to be able to take out. Now, originally, under its design, it was intended to do one thing. It was intended to take out the radar of larger SAM systems that were being used in Vietnam, and then let heavier aircraft come in to actually destroy the system. War Thunder, it acts just a little bit different. It tends to kill the target like 8 out of 10 times. Most of the time, that's because it's shooting at something like a ZSU-23. It only can attack certain bands of radar, so you're going to have to be looking out for that. It's not going to be usable against every SAM system in the game. If you're going up against things like an OSA or ZSU, it should work against both of those. I'd have to double check on the OSA. I know for a fact it obviously works against the ZSU-23, and you can carry 4 of them. Now, essentially what this is it's a heavily modified AIM-9C, and the AIM-9C is just a heavily modified AIM-9. So, the AIM-9C was an AIM-9 that received a, radar warhead. It received was a guidance system for the F-8 Crusader, and then the AIM-9C, when the F-8 Crusader was, not using it as much and was, more or less being carried out things like the AIM-9D, it became a weapon that was then transitioned to an anti-radiation missile to debut with, the Harrier and other helicopters like the AH-1. Now, why this is so important is because War Thunder now is basically added the ability for the Harrier to do a mission quite well. Now, my opinion on munitions you should carry, the lot I would carry once this thing hits the live server, is going to be the 2 AGM-122s on your AIM-9L rack, or a 1 AIM-9L, 1 AGM-122, and then carry the AGM-65G, and if you want to add a JSOW in there, go right ahead. My reasoning for this is the missile is still very much viable. It's going to be usable. Even if you don't run against SAM systems that you're gonna be able to fire upon, you're going to have them occasionally, and it's good enough to want to run over other things. And I personally think it just lets the Harrier do the pop-up attack way better. This is a plane that you can be cruising low altitude, you see a target, you see a SAM system, you pop up, shoot off a 122 sidearm like it was intended to IRL, and then deliver a beautiful strike on the SAM, on the target. There's a lot of give and go for the Harrier, especially the night attack. The 122 sidearm just basically allows it to have that anti-radiation missile because it doesn't carry the AGM-88. I have no issue with it. The only issue, anyone's should have with it is gonna be the band of radar that it can go after. You're gonna have times where it's few and far between where you're gonna be able to engage certain SAM systems, because you can only engage ones that operate with a certain type of radar, and the the AGM, other AGMs at the same BR or at slightly higher BR can operate against everything. The 122 sidearm, they keep it. Look at it like this: it's a short-ranged, usable against short-range SAM systems and other SPAA that you won't need every time, but it will be useful when you actually need it. Let me know your thoughts down below on this upgraded premium Harrier now. I mean, this thing's going to be so fun. I can't wait. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I will see you guys in the next one.